Hello and welcome to GameRomp Easy Mode. This is an easygoing podcast where we just chill and hang out.
And discuss various game things.
Or whatever. So, Deanna?
Yes?
How's this week been for you?
Oh boy. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. Haven't really been doing much of anything besides Battle Cats.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
We've been streaming a lot every night, so...
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess
That's probably why we haven't been playing other games.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it's...
And like, it's tough because, like, I'm sitting there with you and I'm enjoying the game, but I'm not playing it, which is totally fine by me.
Because that's what you wanted. Yeah, you used to play Suikoden too, but now you're like, you play it.
Well, again, I know you're really into the theory crafting and you seem to enjoy, like, planning what everyone is wearing and figuring out the numbers and all that stuff. And I'm just like, I'm not good at that, or at least not. I always feel like I'm going to fuck something up. So, like, I don't like that.
Interesting. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's just like, what's the biggest number?
I mean, sure, there is that.
It's just like, busy work, honestly.
Maybe it's because of, like, the psychological thing of while you're streaming, someone somewhere might be watching you.
Yeah, well.
And it's spoopy. Like, if I was doing it on my own, then, like, maybe, but I
think the biggest thing for Suikoden, and we could just start talking about that first, because there's so many characters, and it's like, oh, every time you bring out a new character, you got to make sure they're equipped. You got to go to the town where there's a freaking blacksmith to upgrade their weapons, and, like, running out of money. And we might put some timestamps in this one, because we're gonna do spoiler mode for the first half of Suikoden 2, because we have just...
Have we even hit, like, halfway point?
This isn't a spoiler that one of the bad guys is beaten by your party. Like, that's not a huge spoiler, but yeah, we're at that part where that big bad guy is finally dead. So this is the spoiler warning. If you don't want to hear more about Suikoden 2, we'll leave a timestamp in the description and you can skip this part. But yes, what the hell? Let's talk about Suikoden 2 a little bit since that's fresh. This is the point in the game where I said to you, let's get up to this point and then we'll decide if we keep playing. It was after the fight with Luca Blight. Okay,
well, I figure we obviously just keep playing because, one, it's a streaming game that at least we can at least get into the rhythm of doing, even if no one watches us. But also, like, okay, Luca Blight is dead, which I was not necessarily expecting in what I assume is maybe the middle of the game, because, well, I guess the question is, what the hell is going to happen now? And in theory, we got to the point where supposedly Joey, who is now the king of Highland, sent a courier, I forget his name, but whatever, to, I guess, broker a deal of peace.
Yeah.
But I don't see, at least going from the idea of how stories are told, and if we're only halfway, then it's probably not going to be good. Because no one's going to play a game where everything is happy-go-lucky for another 20, 40 hours, right? Something's going to go wrong.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what happens as far as, like, what causes things to fall apart, if they do fall apart. I know there's going to be some things that don't have anything to do with Highland and Joey, so...
And I don't know if this is, like, a huge indicator or not. It might just be an art thing. But Joey's portrait has changed pretty significantly. Like, not even just clothing-wise, because, like, fine, I guess he's king, he's got new clothing, whatnot. But, like, his face seems completely different. I don't know if it's supposed to show that he's no longer a child because, like, oh, he's king now suddenly. He went through the ranks in, I don't know, in a year, less than a year. I don't know exactly the time period here.
Yeah, like, okay, since the beginning of the game...
I know teenagers change a lot, but holy shit.
Since the beginning of the game, the whole thing was like, okay, we're caught in this war, and, like, how do we deal with it? How do we survive? How do we even begin to, like, help put a stop to it? And he basically tried to go through the inside.
Yeah, I can get that, but it all... Okay, it's a story thing, but yeah, it did seem to go pretty quickly. And it's just like, I don't know. I have to step out of the idea of, like, everything has to be realistic. Like, usually things don't work that quickly, but who knows?
Well, okay, so he was captured when they were first, I guess Joey and Ryu they infiltrated that camp to see how much supplies they had for Muse, right?
Yeah.
And then Joey got captured. And I guess they talked to him and he made a deal where like he'll go and assassinate Annabelle. And they must have promised him, like, if you do this, the war will end sooner. And then he started like helping and figuring out a way to like get in there and noticing that not everyone liked Luca. Like he's even within his own country. I guess you could say this similar to like not everyone in America likes Trump or whatever. A lot of people were like, yeah, this guy's fucking crazy, but like this is who's in charge, so we either go along with the ride or we're gonna get killed. But he was able to work that to like, there was the two initial dudes. One of them was Colgan. He was the guy that was the messenger for the peace treaty.
Ah, right.
And then there was the other guy, I forget his name.
And now we have the older guy and his son.
Yeah, they used to be part of Highland, and obviously they
switched over.
Yeah, because like he was like, I supported my king, but clearly, he murdered the king, so fuck it. Like they weren't happy about it, but yeah, they're like, well, clearly Luca is the real enemy. Anyway, so there's all the politics behind them, and like even Joey was like setting up like, okay, we got the strategist, and then like he helped the strategist be like, okay, our main goal is not to take out Ryu's army. I forget the canonical name.
You mean it's not actually the Rapidash army?
Yeah. So he was telling the strategist, like, basically what we want to do is ensure that Luca gets killed. And we saw at the end, like, that whole, like, battle with Luca, like, that was one of the things that, like, a lot of people were, like, just, it's so well done. When you see, like, sometimes in a JRPG, the big bad is just like, oh, then 4 teenagers come up and kill him.
Yeah, but it does take multiple teams.
Yeah, because he's an evil guy, but he's a badass in a way. Like, he's
really powerful, or was.
Yeah, and just crazy endurance. So you basically have to wear him down in a war battle, which somehow I think I must have like cheesed it, because it didn't really end up being a war battle for us. It was just like one little fire spear and it was done. But I think ideally when you're playing it normally, like you have the multiple little skirmishes until he finally takes damage. But then like, yeah, you have to set up 3 different parties. And that was the one thing that I was worried about. Like, oh God, do I have enough people to fill out 3 parties? And I kind of did, barely, sort of.
You had like one really good team, and then the other 2 were kind of like not as well thought out.
Yeah, I had 2 teams that were good. Flick's team was really good, and Ryu's team was pretty good. But Victor's team, I really screwed that one up. And not only that, but I put
oh God,
Vicky, which is she's a series staple. She's like in all of the games, and she works as the teleport lady. And she has a special teleport rune. And the first time I used her was great. We teleported all his help away, so it was just Luca. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But then like, I think it was the third time, because the second time I used a spell that like brings in a bunch of like random garbage and just dumps it on the enemy.
Yeah, and that worked a little bit.
But then like, I guess I didn't know it had a chance to fail, and it
literally wiped out the team.
Yeah. So I was like, oh God. Victor's team just got wiped out, and I'm like, I don't know if this is going to cause a game over or if it's okay. But luckily it was okay. I think it just means that Ryu has to do more damage. So yeah, that when Ryu went up to fight against him with his team, it just took a bit longer. And then yeah, you finally have the final one-on-one battle with him, and luckily we chose the right thing, and it just instantly ended it. But that could draw out too if you pick the wrong option.
Yeah. Even though he's like at like what, 1/4 of his health or whatever.
Yeah. It's like got like a ton of arrows sticking out of him.
Oh God, yeah, that was nuts.
It was such a crazy moment. Like it's so well done for like a 2D game to like just illustrate that.
And he was like insane until his final moment.
Yeah. And you see like a little bit of what caused it. They don't go super into it, but like when he killed his father, he was like, where were you when, what is the city-state mongrels were violating my mom in front of me? Because like he was really fucked up by the previous wars that these 2 countries had, and seeing what they did to his mom while he was there, it just fucking broke him.
Yeah.
Not to excuse what he is, obviously, but
well, that gets into a whole discussion, I suppose, of how much can someone's brain be broken before it's not their fault anymore. But yeah.
So this is one of the villains that is always like ranked as like one of the best video game villains of all time. And it's tough for like, because we've been playing like over multiple weeks, months, but like, yeah, from the beginning when you see him like chop down that lady acting like a pig.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
And,
he
like,
really had an obsession of calling people pigs and mongrels.
Basically, yeah,
and
not humans. Dehumanizing, yeah. Which is a thing that people do even today, sadly.
Ugh, yeah.
So, yeah, it's just, I guess it feels more like a realistic evil villain than you see in a lot of other games where like in Final Fantasy VII, the villain is like some alien thing and then some guy that like thinks the alien is his mom or whatever. Or Final Fantasy VI, as much as I love it, it's this clown guy who got like experimented on. It's like,
or has like superhuman powers. Like, okay, I guess like you could maybe attribute some of his like fire attacks to like
a rune, probably.
Yeah, but like he's still fighting as a human. He doesn't have super mega. I don't know.
Yeah.
If that would count it or not. But it's been crazy. So yeah, I do want to continue watching the game, if you will, and just to see like, okay, Joey supposedly did all this to try and find his way to fix this war issue, but again, the game can't continue if there's no conflict, so what happens?
There was also, I guess you had gone off to brush your teeth at the end where after that fight, I was like, okay, I gotta save. But it kind of like immediately goes into like the whole peace treaty thing.
Oh yeah, because I heard you mumble something about, I couldn't save or something.
Yeah, because we meet Colgan and he's like, okay, I want to deliver this, to your castle. It's more of an official thing. We take him there. I thought I would be able to save, but as soon as you get there, it just kind of keeps going. And I was like, okay, after they discussed and Colgan leaves, can I go save now? No, we got to go immediately to the boat to go up to Muse. I'm like, I had to wait until I got the boat up to a north window at the north end of the lake. And in there, yeah, there's like soldiers. And some of the soldiers, the Highland soldiers are like, I can't wait to go home. I just want to be home. And some of the other soldiers are like, I don't support this peace accord.
Oh boy.
So it's like, yeah, it's like...
Maybe Joey does try to fix it, but then they have this massive rift in the community, in the soldiers or something. Maybe more soldiers try to take out Joey, because throughout human history, most wars are just like, this side wants to take out this side, and that's basically everything ever. So I wonder if that'll be it.
Well, we'll see.
Someone's going to work through the inside against Joey to take it back to a dictatorship or something. Well, I guess he's the king, but...
Yeah, whereas I don't know how many democracies are in this world. That the one nation to the south, it has a president, but I guess that doesn't really mean anything. Anyway, yeah, it's been fun. I guess we'll keep playing that, and we'll say that this is where the...
spoiler ends.
Yeah, spoilers end, and we'll timestamp this. We'll figure out what this is. But, yeah, in other news, I also played a demo.
Oh boy, did you like it?
I looked at the title, and I already forgot it. Let me double check again. So the demo I played is called Dungeon Warfare 3.
Oh, geez.
So there's 2 of them before this.
And I'm guessing you've never played the other ones.
No. I had seen, I think it was Angry Tom on YouTube playing it. It was like, oh, this looks it reminded me of Orcs Must Die.
Okay, and is that the one where you're like, is it like a tower defense vaguely?
I guess you could call it a defense game like that. Yeah, there's no towers. It's more like you have like a rift thing that you're protecting.
Okay.
And in Orcs Must Die, it's like a third-person action game, but you set up traps. So you set, like, the first traps you start out with are like a spike trap that you can place down. And these are like in tiles, but It's still a 3D environment, but it's obviously like it's square. So you put down the little spike trap, and when the orcs get on top of it, the spikes go up and deal damage. One of the other traps that you get is like an arrow wall. So these have to go on the wall, but they'll shoot arrows in a straight line. So like you're setting up these paths or working around the paths that the game give you to set up these traps. And another one is like a launcher. If they step on it, they just get launched, which you can use to like launch them into holes or further behind, like backwards, whatever that, it's up to you how you set these traps up.
Right.
Anyway, In Orcs Must Die, you also play as like a little character with a gun or magic spells, and it's like a third-person action game where you're also fighting. So you have to kind of like deal with putting traps and helping deal damage to the enemies.
Okay.
So it's a fun game. I'm not like super good at it. I don't think I've ever beaten any of them. And I'm pretty sure I played the first 3. It gets to the point where I'm playing, and I get to a point when it gets like so hard, and I'm like, oh, I think I'm just done.
So how is this game different?
The reason I bring up Orcs Must Die, this game is like Orcs Must Die, except 2D.
Okay, so that takes out a little bit of the element.
You still have like a rift that you're protecting. And instead of orcs, it's just like adventurers coming into the dungeon or whatever.
Oh, are you being the bad guy?
I guess so. But they use like the exact same traps. You got the spiky floor trap, you got the arrow wall trap that you put on arrows, you got the launcher thing. So it's like somebody just liked
Carbon copied.
Yeah, somebody liked Orcs Must Die and just made like a 2D version. Except you don't control a little character. Like there's no action where you're moving around your own character to help fight. It's only the traps. But yeah, when I saw that, I'm like, oh, I want to try this. And I looked and there was a demo, so I downloaded it. And yeah, I played that I finished the demo. I didn't like max out my scores and everything because you get like judged like, oh, make sure nobody gets to the rift. Like one of the stages, one guy got to the rift, so my health went down by like 1. So I didn't get the perfect score.
No.
And it's just like, oh God, it's just, I don't know, man. There's something satisfying about like, it's the strategizing bit where like, oh, what traps work well together. And like, you have the ones that are similar to Orcs Must Die, but then there's also like other stuff. Like, one of these things was like this weird little magic thing that you put in the wall and it summons these ghostly swords or basically living swords, and they can fight and like hold off the enemies for a little bit. So it's kind of good you can put one of those down and then put a spike trap in front of it. And then whenever somebody stops to fight those like little NPCs that you're spawning, they have to like step on the spike traps and just get continuously damaged by them.
So there are things that are what you might call combos?
Yeah. And it also depends on the environment, because then like if there's like a lava pit, you can put the launcher and like launch the dudes into the lava.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah,
but,
that seems kind of harsh.
It also depends on what you're fighting, because some of the super heavy guys, they don't get pushed by the launchers very far.
Well, yes, because they're heavy.
So, yeah, it's like you got a bunch of little fast dudes, you got the super armored dudes, and it's like a bunch of different things, and having to deal with all that. It was fun. I don't know if I'd buy it. I don't know what the price is, but I had fun with the demo, and part of me is like wanting to go try to get better scores on that last stage, but at the same time, I got other demos I want to play, and also the other games we've been playing.
That's fair.
Like,
would you recommend the demo to anyone else?
If anyone's played like Orcs Must Die and they want more of that kind of thing, then yeah. Or if you played the other previous 2, I haven't heard of this series at all, but this is apparently the 3rd one. Yeah, it was fun.
Or if maybe you're into other vaguely tower defense, like, okay, fine, it's not towers, but traps and just like these, I guess you said adventurers in this game in particular, are going through this
dungeon.
This dungeon or a predetermined trail, and you have to put the traps instead of technically towers. So yeah, it's just that kind of game.
Yeah. Part of it too is like, the one frustrating thing is like, oh, when you go into the stage, you have to pick which traps you're bringing, because you only have so many that you can fit into your slots. But then like maybe halfway through the run, you're like, oh, I should have brought this other one, or this trap isn't doing so good. And like the more you upgrade them too, like the arrows can eventually get like poison arrows. It's like, oh, that's good. Or the spike trap will do like wounding damage, or like the next damage that the enemy takes will do more damage. Or you can upgrade it in a different way, where instead of doing wounded, it'll just do like rapid. So it shoots off more often, but it doesn't have that special effect.
So would you say the different traps have like, what's the term, the trees?
A talent tree?
Talent tree to them?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I haven't seen too much of it because the demo only goes so far, but like when you level up the things, you're using these little gems. And once you get I think it's to the 5th level, you get to choose one special trait. And like, that's what I mean. Like this trait could be like, it does wounding damage, or this trait is just, it rapid fires. But it also has like, I think 2 or 3 more stages. So I'm assuming at level 10, level 15, etc., you pick more traits, which I think they do that in Orcs Must Die as well. So either of those series, honestly, is really good. There's also a free-to-play version of Orcs Must Die. I forget what it's called, though, and I don't know if it's any good.
So it's kind of like, do you want to play 3D? Then maybe go with Orcs Must Die. But if you don't mind, or rather prefer, playing in a 2D type of setting, or I don't know how graphic and quote-unquote graphic intensive Orcs Must Die, but if you have an older computer, maybe a simpler 2D would be better for you.
Yeah, maybe. Orcs Must Die is also a bit more humorous. It's got a bit of a, I don't know.
Funny bone?
Yeah, style to it, I guess. Where this is more kind of just simple pixel art. There's not really any humor to it. It's just, it is what it is. I don't know if that matters to people, but yeah, I mean, I definitely love the style of Orcs Must Die because it's very just cartoony. It's kind of like WoW. No, I think it's more cartoony than WoW.
I think I vaguely have seen Orcs Must Die.
It's also co-op.
Oh.
If people like that. But it can get pretty hectic when you're in the middle of a battle and you're deciding like, maybe I should put down more traps, or I'm just focusing on like shooting dudes with I think the main guy uses like a crossbow, but then like the second player is like this mage lady. And it just depends on the game. Each game has different heroes that get used, and there are different weapons and skills.
Now, if you're running around your little dungeon to try and kill the orcs even faster or whatever, can your own traps hurt you, or are you immune?
No.
Okay.
You're immune to your traps.
I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. God, I don't know. That would be interesting if they made like a hard mode where you had to worry about that too. But considering like...
Yeah, because like, why would a spike trap know the difference between you stepping on it and an enemy stepping on it?
I just would assume you know where to step on it so that you don't get hurt. Maybe.
Yeah, but in the heat of battle, are you really going to be able to pay attention to that?
And then there's also like the arrow walls that just shoot. Like, there's not much you can do about that. I don't know. That would be an interesting hard mode.
Because I know, like, in RimWorld, or at least vanilla that I'm aware of, if you put down a spike trap and technically your pawn rolls over it, they can't get hurt. Because it's just a trap. It doesn't know the difference. But I have downloaded mods where the trap will not spring. You can choose how the trap springs. So if it's only on enemies, fine. If you want it to include any of your slaves trying to escape, then it will snap on them too. It can let animals pass through, or you can choose to use it for animals. You can let visitors pass through or not, stuff like that.
Kind of makes me think of like Fallout. Because in Fallout, you can lay down mines. And enemy mines will always trigger when you try to step on them, unless you got the perk that, you're like soft-footed or whatever it's called. But when you lay down a mine, you can't trigger it by stepping on it. Because I guess your character knows it's there, so they don't just step on it. But, like, if somebody else triggers it while you're near, it'll still hurt you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, man, I want to play more Fallout, too. Anyway, so yeah, I got another demo I'm going to play next week. That's kind of a Mad Max type game, so...
okay.
I'll get back to you on that.
Mad Max in the sense of just the idea of, like, no water type of world, or Mad Max as in, like, the actual game? Where you were like, I vaguely remember you driving a car and there was like your friend or accomplice or whatever, and he was like riding on the back or something.
Yeah, I remember. This demo is basically just Mad Max in the sense of like car battles in the wasteland. Okay. I don't know how deep it gets. I haven't played it yet, but it's one of those I saw on YouTube that somebody was playing. Like, well, this also has a demo. I guess I'll try it too. But yeah, a long time ago, I did play the Mad Max console game. I don't know how old that game is. Was that a PS3 game or PS4? I think I must have played it when I had like a PlayStation Plus. It must have been one of those free games because I don't think I have it on Steam. Or maybe I do. It might be one of those games where you just got in like a humble bundle. But yeah, it was a really good game, actually. I think that was my first exposure to Mad Max, funny enough.
And then we watched the movie afterwards.
Yeah. I was like, I really like the game, and the world seems interesting. Because like you would drive around, and it's like, I think the story of Mad Max is like a post-global warming wasteland. Yeah. And like there's just barely any water out there. And like one of the tropes is that he eats a lot of dog food because, well, canned dog food is canned and has some moisture in it or something. I don't know. But the gameplay loop was kind of fun because you had your car and eventually you met this weird like hunchback dude. And I guess the hunchback dude, I don't remember if he betrays you at the end or something. or you betray him. I don't know. I don't remember the story of that game, but I remember at first I really didn't like the character, but I guess he kind of grows on you after a while. And he was obsessed with your car. So he would help like repair it and upgrade it. So you had this big open world where you would drive around and customize your car. And yeah, it was really fun actually. And you would find like remnants of the old world too, like old pictures and stories, and just, it was kind of like that Fallout thing where you like see people's last moments and stuff. And it's like kind of interesting in a sad way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I guess I really did like that game. They've never made another one like that, unfortunately. I guess it just didn't sell well. I don't know. But yeah, then we watched the movie, and that was like completely different. But the movie was really good too. So anyway, yeah, I'll play that and talk about that next time. But I have a question for you.
Okay.
Tell me about this. Apparently, Battle Cats has made a 3D game.
Okay. So yes, I've been really going into Battle Cats
I wonder if they have a demo for that.
So here's the thing. Okay, so recently, as of, I believe they released it on July 31st of 2025, in case anyone listens to this way in the future. Battle Cats owner, Panos, they've created a little 3D, I don't know what genre it would, I guess it might fall under puzzle. I'm not entirely sure. It's this little game called Let's Go Mighty Cat. And Mighty Cat is actually one of the cats that you can at some point maybe unlock in Battle Cats. And it's just this little game where you're a regular cat who starts off in his bedroom, and God Cat comes in and he just stares at you and he's like, I got this mission for you. You're going to do it for me. I was like, okay, fine, whatever. That's a story. And your mission is to basically put on this Mighty Cat cape, and you go out and you fight the enemies in little stages. The concept is that some of the enemies, or I guess all of the enemies, are on like these blocks. And it's just like a block tower, and you have to throw Mighty Cat at the block tower and knock down all the blocks and the enemy. And that's basically it.
Is this like Angry Birds?
I guess you would, yeah. Angry Birds, Castle Crashers, you know, the original. It's something basically like that. It's in a 3D space, so all the enemies now, and some of the cats, because they're like, it's in this battleground arena that has like a little rope fence around it, and on the outside, anyone who's watching you is like, oh, regular cat, or tank cat, or gross cat, and they're just there in a 3D space. So it is kind of fun in a silly way to see all the cats and enemies in a 3D version, because I only know them in 2D. But it's very basic, and technically I think the game is free, but there's one catch. It's only on Apple Arcade.
Oh.
It's one of these things, and we don't have Apple products, and I'm not, well, unless Mom has an iPad, then maybe I'll ask about it. But other than that, we don't have Apple products. We don't want Apple products. So unless this comes to PC or to mobile for Android, this is just not available to us.
Okay, gotcha. That's
so it kind of sucks in that way. But I did watch someone on YouTube who has like, I don't know, fucking 6 million subscribers or something. I guess he's pretty big. And I watched him play for like 20, 30 minutes, give or take. And it's just like, I know it's quote unquote a mobile game, but it's just like a very generic one where like, I feel like Battle Cats itself is more original. Maybe there are other tower games that work like this, like when you played
Metal Slug.
Metal Slug, right?
Yeah, Metal Slug defense or attack, both.
So I don't know if Battle Cats started that trend or if there was games before Battle Cats and Battle Cats just became the biggest one. And like, I guess it's original in the sense that the Battle Cats themselves as creatures and stuff are original idea. But it's just, you're going through, there's like, each little stage is a little circle on like this big old map. And you go into the stage and you only have so many lives to knock down all the blocks. And then when you finish the stage, you can get a rating of 1 to 3 stars, just like all those other generic mobile games. So it's like, maybe half and half. Like, if you have access to Apple Arcade, and again, I think it might be free. I don't know. Yeah, if you want to give it a shot, whatever. But it's, as it is right now, and it's obviously just released, whereas Battle Cats has been out for like 13 years. There's obviously going to be a difference in content, so that's fair. But, I don't know.
Not for you.
I'm just going to stick with Battle Cats. Like, that's taking enough of my time as it is. I'm pretty good.
It is kind of.
But it was fun to see someone else try it out. And actually, there's another game. I think it's Battle Cats Quest, I believe, if I'm not completely mistaken. This one is another kind of generic game. And I looked it up. I don't know if it's on Android or if that's another game that's just like Apple exclusive or whatever. But I don't remember the name of it. There's a Mario Party game where all the characters are like on top of the balls and they just roll around this mini island and try to knock each other off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Battle Cats Quest is seemingly like that, except instead of the characters, the cats themselves being on top of balls, the characters are the balls.
Oh, because they are kind of round cats, yeah.
Yeah, but all the gameplay is you're on this little island and you knock the other balls off, the other cats off, and that's it. So I'm like, it's cute, but again...
Too simple.
Yeah, but I don't know, whatever. If they make money off of this, then fine, whatever. That's if someone wants to play it, that's fine.
It's
and
hard.
they have some other little games too that aren't like Battle Cats related. So they have a maraud of games to go through if that's what you're into.
Yeah, it seems hard. Like, this Battle Cats are very cute and fun, but like, what other kind of games would they even fit into? Like, besides the classic Battle Cats, like that's kind of their thing.
Honestly, since Battle Cats are either cute or completely ridiculous in a way, especially like the super uber rares and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I'm kind of surprised they haven't done something like Neko Atsume, where you just have this thing and you have this room or patio, whatever you want, and you just put down furniture and maybe some of the, basic Battle Cats come in and use the furniture. But I don't know. Other than that, yeah, I guess it's kind of tricky.
Oh, you know what? I bet you would make a good trading card game.
Oh shit, yeah, that
to make
probably...
like a Hearthstone like game with Battle Cats.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's a good idea.
Then you could actually maybe use some of the animals too.
Well, there you go, Panos. You want some ideas? Try something like that.
Yeah, it seems like I don't know how big that company is. I mean, they're getting big collabs, like Sega and Sonic.
Yeah. I mean, they're not doing too bad for themselves, that's for sure. But I did check one time. There's like a gotcha game subreddit where I guess once a week or whatever it is, they have this giant list of all these types of gotcha games and how much they make or whatever. And of course, like fucking, Genshin Impact, was it Weathering Waves or something?
Wuthering Waves, yeah.
And Zenless Zone Zero or whatever. Like, they're always at the fucking top with like $90 million or some shit.
Yeah.
I think I did look because I know it's technically a gacha game. And Battle Cats is on there. I forget if it was spot number 10 or maybe it was further down. I think they made like 10 million or something. So they still do pretty well for themselves, but
damn, that's crazy.
Nothing close to like the top ones, of course. Like 1/9, 1/10 of what those games make.
Yeah. Jeez. We should make a gacha game.
Do you want to throw your ethics into the air? Like shit, even when we had our little game, we're like, hey, if you spend more than $5, you just bought everything. It doesn't matter. Any new updates, you get it free.
Yeah.
So it's like, probably not going to be making 10 million a year or whatever the fuck it is and by doing that, but whatever. Any other game stuff for the week? We've also been trying, as far as streaming goes, also playing Persona 3.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of an update we've had since last week, if anyone cares.
Well, we finally will not do spoilers for this one, but when you're playing the game, for the most part, they're like, we have this quest to accomplish this goal. And hey, we accomplished this goal. And everyone's like, this is going to be the last mission ever. And I'm just like, I don't think so, because there's still like a lot of levels I can level up and a lot of
rankings and
it's like this
personas
is not the
to
end.
unlock. So yeah, it's one of those, oh, we think we killed the bad guy, but there's still 20 hours left of the game. So something went terribly wrong.
So I don't know what's going to happen next, but I will say I can't say I'm like super shocked, but this is still definitely not, I didn't know this was going to happen.
I kind of did. I might have looked up a thing for something. Maybe I was looking up the different personas, and I kind of got spoiled in a sense. And I still don't want to say anything about that because I'm not entirely sure if there's going to be more of this spoiler that happens. So I'll just keep it to myself until we like finish the game or something.
I will say though, like I would not be surprised if the people that ended up dying are actually not really dead.
I mean, the first two falling off the bridge, I guess I could kind of see that because you don't always necessarily die after you fall off a bridge and fall into the water. But the other guy, I feel like there's a chance that he did because...
Also, like, I don't know if this is supposed to be, and don't tell me if you know, but I kind of always felt like the I don't remember his name, but the dude with the gun and the dude that works with you, like the long hair dude, they looked a lot alike to me. So I don't know if like the game's gonna be like, surprise, they were brothers, but like they look like they could be brothers to me. So I guess we'll see.
The guy with the gun and
Itsuki or whatever his name is.
Oh, you know who I thought the gun guy looked like almost vaguely was the guy that's dying.
Huh.
They had vaguely similar hair, but I guess I can't really go off to hair. But yeah, I don't know, because like the guy with the gun said something to the effect that like he was an experiment and the other guy was the experimentor. So they probably had some connection. Whether they're brothers or not, I have no idea. But
yeah, I guess we'll see.
I definitely could see two brothers and one goes fucking crazy and experiments on his own sibling, but I don't know.
But yeah, it's been fun, I guess. I've definitely grown. You when we were playing a lot, you're like, oh, which one of these girls do you like the most? And I was like, I don't really like any of them. It's no Chie, it's no Makoto from 5, but like, I guess I'm starting to like Fuka a bit more, especially because her story's just been like, I suck at cooking, but I'm gonna cook for you anyways, and it's charming, and I like that.
I guess Fuka's okay.
I'm rooting for her to cook better.
I don't know. It's funny because usually we often, not always clearly, but often have like a similar vibe with girls or who we like. And like, I'm totally for the track girl and you have like absolutely no interest in her, but I think she's adorable.
I mean, I should still max out her thing, especially for you. But yeah, I think for her, like one of the things that I don't like is like a lot of these hangouts, these confidant stories, like with this fat kid's like, oh, he's really fat and he likes to eat and we're eating buddies. But then there's like this, like he's in this weird cult that's been taking advantage of him and he's taking advantage of other people now because of it too. And it's like, oh, there's something there. Or like Bebe, his story was like, oh, I love being in Japan, but I have to go back to France or whatever. And like, I got to do this thing, whatever. Or the best friend who's like, I fell in love with the teacher and we're dating and she's not dating. You're just misreading things because you're a dumb teenager, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Or the monk.
The story with Yuko, the girl you like, it stopped being about her and is now like, oh, we're helping these kids.
I mean, yeah, track. I suppose, but like
it just became uninteresting to me.
I mean, I guess, but it's kind of like seeing how she is dealing with being, because she was like the manager for the track, but I guess manager doesn't mean coach. And now she's trying to help these kids because they had nowhere else to play. And so she's like, fine, we'll just take you to the track and get some energy out of you. And now they're looking up to her and she's like, I'm not really a coach. I don't know how to really do this. So it's interesting that way to see, like, can she find, I guess, the courage, you know, to believe that she can be a trainer for track too. And maybe how she interacts with the kids. Maybe she wasn't like a huge kid person before. Is she going to become like, oh, oops, now I'm feeling like my maternal instincts or something?
Yeah, so, I'll have to remember to up her when we see her, just to see her story, for your sake.
Because, like, I mean, if the fucking, like, chunky kid was just all about food, and, like, he had some aspects of showing that he needs to go to fucking therapy, but then suddenly you lock rank 8 and it's suddenly, here's a fucking cult and you're being blasphemous against me and now I have to pray for your soul, and it's like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's like this came out of kind of nowhere.
Yeah.
So I don't know. His was interesting in that sense. I think I'm almost got him maxed, so he'll be easy. But yeah, I'll definitely do Yuko as well, and we'll see how much more time we have for everyone else. I kind of still want to do Fuka.
I do want to see that she gets better at cooking and learns how flavors work together. Because, like, I'm not as bad to a degree as she is, but I know I'm not good at cooking either. So mostly because I just, to some degree, I don't remember how things like spices always taste. Like, I don't know. My taste buds are not as advanced as yours, so that doesn't help.
A lot of it's just like throwing things together and like getting used to like, oh, this tastes like this tastes like this. If you put it together, it'll taste like this. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Persona's been fun. I'll keep playing that. I don't know how much more is left, but I think I'm like 20-ish levels from some of the higher level Personas that I've seen in the list, so maybe there's not much more. Well, I don't know. 20 levels is a lot. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know when in the calendar year it ends. I know a lot of the games kind of end after the year, like in January or so.
And we're still in October, so...
We'll see.
Maybe you could do it. It depends on how much you want to grind, so...
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I want to unlock some of the high-level Personas, but, like, I'm not going to sit there and just grind every night for them either. So, we'll see. Yeah.
Anything else to talk about?
No, I guess not. We'll just keep doing what we're doing. Nothing too...
exciting.
Yeah, I got the new demo to play. I think did you say you had a demo you wanted to play?
I don't remember, but I should look into playing more demos. And maybe I'll finally one day do my idea for YouTube Shorts. I don't know. I'm bad.
Oh yeah, I did end up playing a lot of Transport Fever 2 because I did a recording for that.
We'll have to figure that out.
I got so sucked into that game. But maybe I'll talk about that some other time. Transport Fever 2 is really good. All right, I guess that's probably fine for now then.
Yeah, so that's it for this week, and we thank you for listening to us. If you want to talk to us on social media in any capacity, feel free. We're always available, and we'll see you next week, okay?
Yep.
We love you.
Take care.
Be good. Bye.